Hi, you may have seen a post somewhere of a session of 30-minute stress reset, and you may wonder, what the hell is he talking about, and why would I need a stress reset, and what is actually stress reset, and does it work? Well, these are just a few of the things that I will be discussing in this video, and I will be sharing how I came to the conclusion to offer this, actually in a brainstorm with a very dear friend of mine. And maybe it'll inspire you to take a step, either to try this reset or to start doing something that will help you with your current situation and also long term, because what I'm offering is not just for the moment, but it's a long-term solution. So without further ado, I would say, let's dive into this video. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lot, and today's video I want to talk about when stress comes on your path, you don't really notice it, or maybe you've noticed it, but you don't realize how much it is impacting your life, how much it's affecting your well-being in general, your focus, your productivity, your sleep, your health, your mood, your energy levels. Often once we start to notice these things, we're already in really deep. And I went through that several times in my life. I've had 2 burnouts. And after that, only after the second one, or towards the end of the second one, I understood what I had to do. I also got the right people on my path, and I started changing certain habits, took on some new ones, started paying more attention. And eventually I started living much more consciously. So my goal of today's video is to help you get a better picture of where you are today and what is possible in general and in particular. Some people say just go meditate. Some people say just go book a holiday. It's not that simple. It's not that specifically, but just doing that will solve your problem. It's more complex, and those who know me for a while know that I always say, go to the root cause of your problem. It's over there. Otherwise, you're only dealing with symptoms. So taking some medication usually is not a solution. And when I say usually, I even mean that even when it would be appropriate, it's not the solution. It is dealing with the symptoms which have become so impactful on your life that you need to reduce the impact so that you can actually start working on yourself and start going to the root cause and resolving it there. So I'm not saying don't take medication. I'm also not saying take medication. I chose not to take medication. They wanted to stuff me with some antidepressant and Prozac or whatever they wanted to do. And later I heard from people all the side effects of these things. I was like, oh, thank God. But I just felt strongly in my body a no, a big no. But that's a decision you need to make for yourself, of course. I know in certain countries, for whatever discomfort you have, you swallow a tablet, or 5 or 10 or a few weeks of tablets. I was raised and taught not to do that. And I could also see the difference between those who were constantly taking medication, antibiotics for whatever little cough they had, and me who was rarely taking anything, I was less often sick. My immune system was stronger. Also, most of the medication for people with stress is just numbing, just like people drinking alcohol to numb themselves or start to smoke or take some drugs to numb themselves. It's not solving your problem. You may feel great in the moment, or you may just not feel the stress or the pain, whatever you're dealing with. But generally, you get the hammer afterwards. So it's counterproductive. Instead, I started working on setting boundaries. I started working on regularly taking short breaks. I started working on doing some breathing exercises because meditation was nothing for me. I was really like, it was boring. I would fall asleep, or I would not know how to stay in one position for half an hour or 1 hour or even 2 hours. I went to a yoga meditation course. It was not fun at all. I mean, I took away one thing from it. I mean, two things actually in total from the whole course. And I'll be sharing that. But it was understanding where my problems were coming from, where the stress was coming from, what was causing it. It was that understanding that helped me the most. And that was also what helped me avoid a third one at several occasions, because I still had impactful events in my life that could have caused me to collapse again. But I saw this, I recognized the symptoms, I saw what was happening, I saw what was happening in my body, and I'm like, oh, we're going that direction. Okay, no, not again. So what have I learned? What should I be doing? And so on. So if this rings a bell, if you're like, hey, I know what you're talking about. How the hell do I get out of this situation? How do I deal with this? How do I change my life? How do I not collapse? Well, first of all, the people who have collapsed, I say congratulations, because they've reached rock bottom, and from there you can only go up. And the fact that they even mention that, they talk about it, means they're aware that they went too far. So usually that means also where they need to change something. So they've learned a lesson. And every lesson in life is very valuable. So because of all this, and because of what's happening in the world at this moment, whether it's very close to you, in your family, at work, with your friends, in your country maybe, or your neighboring country, or you have family in a country where hell has broken loose because some asshole disagrees with another asshole, and so they start fighting and killing people in the process. I mean, they don't go and punch each other because they don't have the guts for that. They're too weak, they're pussies. But they'll use other people to go kill other people, and yeah. And then they say, oh, look at me, I'm so great. But it can also be that all the changes that are happening on the planet in general, the solar flares that are hitting us hard, the magnetic field of the Earth, which is changing, can also be affecting you. So I decided to start offering something very simple. A 30 minutes stress reset. I'll do it online, unless somebody is in the neighborhood and really want to do it in person. But I do it online, and the only thing you need for it is a calm space for 30 minutes. And then I'll guide you and help you to relax. And that relaxation can hopefully show you that it's actually possible to relax again. Some people have not relaxed for months or even years. And that generally, I should put a light bulb up here. You get the point. They get an aha moment from it, like, okay. And then they realize, like, yeah, this is something I want. And it's interesting because I had a vision about 12, 13 years ago, which is very tied to this, that before offering my services, I would let people feel and experience what it is that they can reach or how they can transform. Because I do not believe that 30-minute stress reset with me means you're done with stressing the rest of your life. I mean, if it is the case, then I should definitely start charging 50,000 euros for it, or even more, or 100,000. But it helps people understand what's actually possible, because when you read about something, when you hear about something, it is out there. But when you experience it, it is within here. Or within here. Silence in here. Wow. That's something I would have paid a lot of money for back in the days. If somebody told me it was possible and let me experience it for a moment, then I would have definitely said, okay, how much and where can I pay so that I can have that every day before going to sleep? I want you to experience that. It's, for me, fun to do. For you, hopefully fun to experience. And after that, you can decide what you actually want to do. People might say, okay, what is your offer? What are you trying to sell? At this moment, I'm not trying to sell anything. I want you to first feel. And if you are able to feel it and you like what you feel, I mean, maybe you really don't like to be relaxed. As some people say, they don't like to relax. I believe it's because they have fears, but that's another story for another day. But if you know what you want, then you and I can actually talk about what is possible. And then you can see if you resonate with me and if what I have to offer will work for you or not. But first, you need to know what you really want, because if you haven't really experienced it, then it's still a theory. It's still something out there. Somebody described it. No, you need to feel it first. And from my personal experience, if you have felt something, if you have tasted something, then you actually know what you're talking about. Then you actually know if you want something or not, if you really, really, really want it or not. And if you're not at the point where you really want to change something in your life, to make a transformation, then you're not ready. So if I would offer you now a program of 6 months where I would work with you every day or every few weeks or every whatever, and from here you will go to there, but you do not really want, but you have plenty of money, you'll probably pay for the course, but because you're not truly motivated, you will not do it. You would maybe start, but then at a certain moment stop. And see that happening. And in the end, if people pay me and then they stop, well, it's not my problem. Thank you for the payment and goodbye. You just gave me some extra time. But what I really want is to make a difference in people's lives. And I want to work with people who are actually motivated, because that's much more fun for me. Much more fun for me when somebody who I'm investing my time in, even if he's paying me for it, but if that person is actually doing the work, is motivated to learn, to change, to transform. And when somebody's motivated, we'll ask questions so we can go more in depth. Because generally, when I have a service that I offer, yeah, I have a few things that I offer. But then when people are really motivated and the conversation starts to go deeper, they get so much more. Because I love to share my experiences. I love to share what I've learned. But I will not just do it with people who are not motivated. That for me is a waste of energy and time. That is why I'm offering at such a low price, 30-minute session. There will be a link in the description or on the site, depending where you're watching this. And you can have a look. For me, the big shift came when I experienced on my birthday party, getting really sick from all the stress that I had. And somebody was a friend, we were not deeply connected yet, came into the room and said, hey, this is not okay. You should feel better on your own birthday party. I mean, I was not on my party. I was in my bed, in my bedroom. My girlfriend was managing the 30 people who had showed up. And he started working on me with energy. And I felt the transformation. And when I felt it, then I knew what was possible. I knew which direction I was going to walk. I did not know how yet. I just knew like, this is possible. And I like it. So I want it. So I knew what to ask for, at least which direction. And later, we became closer friends and he became my mentor. And for 10 years, he was my mentor and my teacher. And I learned a lot from him. But it all started by those 20 minutes that he worked with me and let me feel what was possible. Because at the end of those 20 minutes, I was relaxed. I was still tired and weak, but I was relaxed. So all my guests could come to the bedroom. Those who came alone came alone. Those who came in a couple came, the two of them. And they would spend 10 minutes and then my girlfriend would come, out, next is waiting in line. And yeah, they made a lot of jokes. Some came in and then went on their knees and kissed my hand like I was the Pope. Yeah, we're coming to visit the Pope or whatever they were saying, but it was really funny. But actually, it was one of my nicest birthdays in the end. Because instead of running around and taking care of everyone, I was just there, laying in my bed, and had 10 minutes of real connection with each and every one, while being totally relaxed. So I hope this inspired you. I hope you got something from this video. And if you want to try out these 30 minutes stress reset, click the link. If you're so convinced by my story that you want to do more, you want to do other things, just contact me. But do it because you really want. Because you really want to change something in your life. Because you really want to learn how to be more relaxed. Because even at this time, it's very hot. I have quite some stressful things on my plate. And the last 6 months have been stressful. Or 7 months, actually. But hey, here I am. I'm still able to smile. I'm still able to record a video. I'm still able to share my insights. And that is because I've learned a few things. Not just a few things. many things. And the year was 2005 when this happened. So it's been 21 years almost. Take a step. Believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, believe in what you can do. Because I believe everyone can do this. And there is not one way to do things. That's why when I work with people, I customize my work to the person. And if I work with groups, I teach several ways of doing things so that people can try out and find their own unique way of doing things so that it really works for them, so it becomes effortless, or at least with a minimum effort, but with great results. Looking forward to hearing from you, and I wish you a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, and share.